All right, man. What's going on, y'all? So I think we are live everywhere, every platform that I'm on. Yo, it's been a minute, man. Just wanted to jump on and see how everybody was doing. Got a lot of great stuff to share with you all. Um, yeah, so back to work now. So had a great summer. So we got out and did a lot of fun stuff this summer. Was actually glad to get back to work so I could get back into my routine. But listen, this is what I want to talk with you all about tonight, man. Couple of exciting things going on this week. The first being Invest Fest. So I don't know if you all are familiar with it. Hopefully, you have heard about the good brothers of Earn Your Leisure by now. But you got Troy and Rashad. And so, man, one of the biggest financial events ever is going on this weekend, starting Friday, actually, and it's going to run through Sunday. And I will be in the building. So I hope you all, if you all have any familiarity with EYL and the Good Brothers of Earn Your Leisure, please make sure that you go to InvestFest. Um, they got so many speakers I can't even begin to name them all, but a couple that I'm really excited about seeing. Jack Dorsey, he's going to be there. He'll be there virtually, and Jack Dorsey, he's the co-founder of formerly known as Twitter, and he is the founder of Square, now known as Block. So he's going to be there. Alicia Little is going to be there. So she's an AI guru. So listen, I know you probably hear something about AI every single day. Listen to everything that you're hearing because this is the new wave. This is the new age that we're moving in. You know, we started out with the agrarian age with the agriculture, and then we moved into industrial, and then I think we moved into the digital technology age, and then we went into the information age, and now we in the AI age, and you gotta keep up, folks. Please keep up with the changes, man. It's an even playing field because it's new and everybody is like starting. I used to run cross country in high school, and one thing I like about cross country, especially the long distance race, they start everybody at the same point. And so it's just like when they shoot the gun, boom, we all running, all vying for position at the same time. So that's where we are now with this AI revolution. We all at the same spot, but you got to get out the blocks. My coach always used to say, Anderson, man, you got to get out the blocks quick. So you got to get your position, man, establish your position. So that's where we are. You got to get out the blocks. So I know it's a lot going on. We got cryptocurrency, we got AI going on, we got globalization. So much stuff is going on, but you gotta keep up, man. That's what I'm saying. Y'all gotta keep up. So I digress. So I wanted to just talk um, a little bit about InvestFest. So definitely, if you can make it out there, go. I'll be out there. So if y'all going to be out in InvestFest, hit me up. Maybe we can connect. Um, but here's some of the people. So I talked about Jack Dorsey, Alicia Little. She's going to be talking about AI. I'm real excited about seeing her. Charlemagne the God is going to be out there. He's going to be interviewed by Steve Harvey. So they're going to have I think, a fireside chat. BlackRock is going to be out there doing some sessions. Um, Fidelity is going to be out there doing some sessions. I think they're going to be out there Friday. Magic Johnson is going to be in the building on Sunday. The master investor, Ian Dunlap, is going to be in the building. So this is all InvestFest, man. But this is your one-stop shop to get caught up with the most current information on everything. They're going to be talking about cryptocurrency, business, real estate, estate planning. It's just going to be so much information out there. So you just have to position yourself, avail yourself to the information. So like I said, if you're going to be at InvestFest, let me know. Maybe we can hook up. So look, there's also, if you already registered, there's a kickback event that's going to be happening on Friday at 5:30. So if you already registered, you probably know about that, but I will be out there too. So if you see me, come and holler at your boy. So yeah, InvestFest, man, real excited about that. I don't know if it's too late to get your ticket, but hey, if you can, definitely worth the investment. But you got to invest in yourself. You got to invest in the information to stay up. So you all know I like to talk about finances and wealth from a more holistic perspective. Those of you who know me, I'm a educator, school social worker by education. Got my undergrad in psychology, and I got my master's degree in social work. So I'm real big on the mental, emotional, psychological, behavioral aspects of health. But in my journey, I realized that just as important as those things are, finances are just as important as those. So what I try to do is blend them all together. I don't focus just on the money aspects. Although you got to have your money affairs in order, you got to know how to manage your finances. But I like to focus on finances from a more holistic perspective. So I want you to be whole mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. That's how we were meant to live this life. And so that's what I like to focus on in my business. And I have a financial coaching business, and we coach from a holistic perspective. But here's one thing that I do differently. I start with identity as a foundation. I truly believe this is the missing ingredient to everything, is knowing who you are. And so right after InvestFest next week, I'm going to be having what I call an Activate Your Inner Wealth Challenge. And so the reason why I decided to do that, and this is how I came up with the name, is that I realized a lot of times we run after things that are already a part of identity. That's already a part of who we are. So what do I mean by that? So imagine you trying to grow an apple orchard and you running trying to collect apples, but you don't realize in the handful of apples that you already have, there's some seed that's already in there, that if you just knew how to access the seed that's on the inside of those apples and you knew what to do with it, it would produce apple orchard that you're looking for. I don't know if they call it an orchard or a grove, but y'all know what I mean. And so what I discovered is that a lot of times we are chasing after things, we're trying to have things, we're trying to do things, but it starts with your being. It's almost like, what's a good example? So my fellas and the ladies understand that, but you know, when you go to the barbershop and you get a fresh haircut, like, even, you know, I don't have, you know, too much any hair on my head, but when I cut my head clean, man, and you know, I got that glistening on and I do my little burns, it's just a different energy I'm giving off, man, because everything is lined up and I'm feeling good. Ladies, when y'all get your hair done and got your nails and your toes did, it's like you projecting from a different place, man, because I know I'm looking good, I'm feeling good. And so you're projecting from that identity of confidence just from your appearance. So what I'm saying is that there are other aspects of your identity that if you tap into it, it's just going to change your whole energy. And just like the outward things like getting your hair done, or, you know, going and getting a facial or a makeover, there are internal aspects too, especially where wealth and wholeness are concerned, that's a part of your identity. But a lot of times we just don't know. And so we spend our whole lives trying to get things outwardly, not knowing that there's already a seed of that thing on the inside of you. And if you just connect it with that part, then all of the stuff that you trying to go after and get is almost like birds of a feather flock together. So it's just like once you start walking in that confidence, I have this shirt that says wealth is in my DNA. It's a identity and a mentality shift. It doesn't have anything to do initially with having plenty of money or resources at the start, but it's more so you realizing before a penny shows up, oh man, wealth is already who I am. That's a part of my identity. So what happens is that once you start moving and speaking and operating in that, it's just like the person who's the most confident is probably going to be the one who gets the most results versus the person who's operating in more fear. So it's just a confidence that comes from knowing who you are. And once you figure that part out, then it's almost like opportunities and things just start to come your way because that's what you broadcasting off. But anyway, so next week I'm going to be hosting an Activate Your Inner Wealth Challenge, and my whole goal in that challenge is just to help you tap into that part of your identity that's already wealthy. And when I say wealthy, we're going to redefine it, because a lot of times when we think wealth and prosperity, we just think in money, but we are going to redefine wealth. And like I said, I'm not even redefining it. To tell you the truth, I'm just going back to what the original definition was. If you go back and do a word study on the word wealth, if you break it down, the root word of that actually meant wellness. So we're just going back to the original definitions. A lot of times we have a tendency, we just change so much in words, and words that meant one thing 50 years ago means something totally different now. And a lot of times you just lose the original meaning of things because we play with words so much. So we're going back to the original definition of what it means to be wealthy. And I'm going to help you really connect to that part that's already in you. But here's some of the things that we're going to be going through. So the Activate Your Inner Wealth Challenge is going to be on next Monday through Thursday. So it's going to take me 4 days. And in that 4 days, I'm going to root up any false identities that may have been programmed into you. And I'm going to plant the seeds of your true identity that's already in you. We're just going to help you uncover that. And then I'm going to show you how do you get in alignment with who you really are so you can start living from that place. Okay, I don't think y'all, excuse me. Okay, I thought I was on Instagram too, but I wasn't, but I'm on there now. So here's what we're going to talk about day one. We're going to talk about your true identity. Wealth is already on the inside of you. Wholeness is already on the inside of you. So it's a matter of like, we're going to kind of go fishing. So there's some things inside of you that you just didn't realize was in there. And so we're going to go fishing and help you discover the truth of who you really are. And so that's going to be day one. And then we're going to redefine what does it really mean to be wealthy. So a lot of times we just focus on the external aspects of things. But how many of you all know that before you can get what's on the outside, you got to focus on what's the internal thing that causes you to see the external things? Case in point, going back to that apple tree. You may want apples, but what is the thing that you can't see that causes apples to show up? It's the seed inside of the apple. So what you got to do is like, you got to get your hands on the seed, and you got to work with the seed long enough and put it in the right soil, and you got to create the right conditions, and you got to bury it. In the sense it has to go through a period of time where you don't even see it, but you just have to have a knowing, I know how this thing operates. And so if I take care of it, it's going to produce what it was designed to produce. So that's how your identity is as well. It's like a seed that's on the inside of you, but you may not even know that it's there, and you may not have produced the right conditions for that part of your identity to produce. So that's what we're going to talk about day one. We're going to talk about the foundations of why identity is so important. And then we're going to redefine wealth. And then we're going to move into, and then day one, we're going to talk about moving from a place of doing to have to a place of being to have. Let me say that again. So a lot of times we just get so busy with the do. I got to do this, got to do this, got to grind, got to grind, got to grind. And don't get me wrong, you got to put in the work, but I want to kind of change your paradigm on moving from a do to have to a be to have. So let's focus on the identity before you work on the what you're trying to have. Who do you need to be first? And if you can get that part right, who do I need to be in order to have this thing? And the beautiful thing about that is once you get the being part, the doing part is all organically, you're going to know what to do as you operate from your being. That's going to be a powerful, that first day is going to be real powerful. Day 2, we're going to talk about the power of getting in alignment. So imagine, let's just use an example. So you're trying to get in shape and you set the goal. All right. So you're going and you starting off that first day and you was like, you know what? I'm going to get in shape this summer. I'm going to shed some pounds. I'm going to put on some muscles, whatever the case may be. Okay. Good first step. The first step is that you got to set the goal. You got to make a decision that this is what you're going to do. But after you do that, you have to get in alignment with who you're trying to be. So you're trying to be an in-shape person. So identify yourself as that person. You got to begin to see yourself as that person who's in shape, that person who takes care of themselves, that person who lives a disciplined lifestyle. But then after you do that, you got to get the rest of your life in alignment. So what good is it going to do for me to set a goal to get in shape and I don't ever take time to exercise, or I got my whole house filled with foods that are working against me? So you got to get in alignment. You got to get your whole life in alignment. And it's the same thing where manifesting wealth is concerned. It's the same thing where living a holistic life is concerned. You're going to have to identify those areas where you're out of alignment. So in day 2, we're going to talk about bridging the gap. And that whole bridging the gap is getting in alignment. I got 21 areas of alignment that is going to help bridge the gap from the identity that you establish in day 1 to the results that you're looking to get. Once we get in alignment, all of that stuff is going to come together like clockwork. So that's going to be day 2, man. Day 2 is going to be really powerful too. 21 domains of alignment. And then day 3 is the day I'm most excited about. So you got to build a structure around your life that support that alignment. So the alignment is the bridge to help you get from who you are to what you're supposed to have based on who you are. So it's not the doing based on what you're doing. It starts with who am I being? And based on who I'm being, I'm automatically supposed to have whatever is in alignment with who I am. I know that sounds a little bit deep, man, but I'll simplify it all in the challenge. But in day 3, I'm going to teach you how do you build structures to support who you are. And a lot of times that's where we miss it. Like you can have the goals, you can have the identity, and you can have all those pieces, but the rubber has to meet the road. So you have to build your life in a way that everything is working for you in the same direction. And a lot of times we just struggle because number 1, we're out of alignment. And number 2, we don't have the structures built in our life to support where we're trying to go. So these are all the things, all the little things, man. I mean, we can talk about the big things, the big goals and the confessions and all those different things, but it's just the little things. Is your life structured on a daily basis to produce the type of results that you desire? So we're going to talk about that on day 3, structures, building structures, systems, and support for your new wealth identity. And then finally, on day 4, that's the roadmap where we're going to pull this all together. So now we're going to get practical on day 4, and we're going to look at the practical aspects of your finances, How much do you have coming in? What's your debt to income ratio? What type of ecosystem do you have set up? So day 4 is going to be the roadmap to help bring practicality to the identity, the alignment, the structure. Now we're going to look at what bank accounts do you have set up? When you get paid, where does your money go at? Do you have any investments? What type of debts do you have? What's your debt reduction or debt elimination plan? So day 4, we're just going to get practical, and we're going to take all of the spiritual, the invisible stuff, and all of the things, the intangibles, and we're going to bring some flesh and some tangibility to it. So, man, that's going to be next week. So, go ahead and reserve your spot. It's you can go to innerwealthchallenge.com. Let me see if I can put that on a banner somewhere so you all can see it. So you're going to go to innerwealthchallenge.com. And hopefully, I know if you're on TikTok, you probably won't be able to see that. But if you're on any of my other platforms, you should be able to see that. So go ahead and reserve your spot, innerwealthchallenge.com. Like I said, we're going to be running Monday through Thursday of next week. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to be meeting from 7:30 to about 8:30. We'll run about an hour. But I promise you, it's going to be a life-changing event for you. So make sure you go ahead and avail yourself to that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So look forward to seeing you at InvestFest. If you're there, holler at me and let me know. And make sure you reserve your spot for the Inner Wealth Challenge beginning next Monday. All right, man. What time is it? 9:38. I think that's been about 30 minutes. So yep, gotta go and get ready for another wonderful day at work tomorrow. But appreciate you all, man. If I can do anything for you, if you need any help getting them finances in order, holler at me. If you're ready to go to that next level, living a more holistic life, let me know, and I'm gonna help you get there. All right, y'all have a good night, and I will see you later.